I will discuss my topic, teaching conflict and resolution in adolescence. At the end of the activity, the learners are expected to identify the conflict, type of conflict, and resolution found in the story. Appreciate the importance of understanding characters, struggles, and lessons in a real life situation. Complete the story detective map accurately using details from the text. Good day everyone, I am your teacher for today. In our lesson focuses on one of the most important elements in adolescent literature, conflict and resolution. In a real life, in stories, conflict are unavoidable. But what matters most is how we respond and solve them. Begin by understanding what conflict is. In literature, conflict refers to the struggle or problem faced by a character. It can be person versus self, person versus person, person versus society. Now let's look at an example from adolescent fiction. Imagine a student who is being pressured by friends to skip class. The character feels torn between doing what is right and wanting to fit in. That is an example of person versus self conflict. Now I will give you our first learning material called the Story Detective Map. Using this worksheet, a student will analyze a story and identify the conflict, the type of conflict, the resolution, and the lesson learned. At the end of the activity, the learners are expected to explain different ways conflict can be resolved in stories and real life situations. Value teamwork, respect, and empathy while sharing ideas with classmates. Participate. Participate actively and using the conflict resolution wheel using. We have a fun and interactive activity called the conflict resolution wheel. Let's say your classmate spread a rumor about you. What will you do? We spin the wheel and it lands on a talk it out. This means instead of reacting negativity, you communicate and clarify the situation calmly. This activity teaches us that conflict in stories are similar to real life situations and they are healthy way to solve them. I want you to think of a short story idea. Include a main character, a conflict, and a resolution. Remember, every good story has a lesson behind it. To end our lesson, conflict is not something negative in stories. It is what makes them meaningful, and resolution teaches us how characters grow and learn, just like us in a real life. Thank you, and I hope you learned something valuable today.